Today we're going to be talking about missing people in the state parks. This is a big thing. My name is Hakeem Brown, and this is Pop City Culture.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother. Welcome to the most listened to international podcast around the world. Hakeem and Reggie Brown are two young African-American boys speaking the truth. This is Pop City Culture.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me, everybody. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. We have another fantastic show for you today. I'm so glad everybody's here. Everybody's listening to this because, man, we're going to be talking about some, like, conspiracy stuff, man. This is, like, big-time stuff. In fact, it's missing people in the state forest. I know there's people who went missing, and I mean by more than a handful, man. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to hand the baton over to my brother, Hakeem, and he's going to take it away. All right, Hakeem.
Thank you there, Reggie. And I just want to say, again, that was very interesting.
Man, you know it's interesting.
You introducing me like that.
That's right, I'm original.
But anyways,
go on.
Listen.
I'm listening.
We're going to be talking about disappearances in the national forest.
Yo, man, that's why we all here. Go on.
That's a big thing, but it doesn't really get a whole lot of recognition. I don't know why. Because, I mean, we've been doing some research. You've been doing some research, right? Right there, right
Yo, man, I've been doing so much research, it ain't even funny. Man, with this pandemic, the COVID going on, I got a lot of time.
Yep.
So I got a lot of time to be on the internet looking for stuff.
When
what
it
I'm
comes
saying?
to, to missing people in the forest, I mean, I honestly never, ever thought something like this would be beyond bigger than what we thought. This
is a big thing, man. Big.
How do people not know about stuff like this?
Because they're trying to hide it, man. I'm telling you, it's some kind of conspiracy, man. They just, I mean, people think they know, but they don't know. It's just stuff you don't see every day, or hear about. I don't know. Hurry up. Tell me about it.
Back in December 13th, 2020, this was brought to our attention about, how many people have disappeared in the national parks in the United States. So, the United States National Park Services, it's called the NPS, does not directly collect the data on how many visitors disappear in the wilderness or back county in their parks. So the answer to the question is unknown.
I know it's unknown. It's ridiculous, too, because I'm going to take it down and out. I'm going to say they should be recording stuff like this because everybody needs to know about this stuff,
I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't do that. But you know what, Reggie? Neither does the Department of the Interior, which oversees the National Park Services, nor the Department of Agriculture U.S. Forest Service keeps track of these numbers. And, I would think that this is something that they would do. I mean, don't you think they should keep track of all these numbers? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm going to have to agree. They definitely should keep track of all these numbers because there should be some kind of a database. I mean, even the FBI has some kind of a database. Everybody's got a database of files. I was like the X-Files and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, let me interrupt you. I do want to say, however, the NPS SAR, the Search and Rescue SAR, what that is.
I don't know, really.
The dashboard gives an indication of the number of incidences that were SAR, Search and Rescue Operations, that occurred and where no one was located in a particular incident.
Say what? You gotta be kidding me.
So according to the data from 2017 relating to activities where there were... Now, listen to this, Reggie. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Are you sure you're listening?
I'm really listening. Come on,
you want me to tell you?
Of course I want you to tell me. Man, stop this drama stuff, man. I don't like this anticipation. Go on.
There were 3,453 reported search and rescue missions.
Oh, my brother, say it ain't so.
And 182 deaths in American national parks.
See, man, this is the stuff I'm talking about. This is the stuff that just don't make no kind of sense, man. They should have some numerical numbers on it, some database. They should know what's going on.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
More. So I
more?
want to listen to this.
I'm listening. Oh, my goodness.
Namus. It's NAMUS. You know what that stands for?
No, I don't know what that stands for. You're going to tell me,
It
right?
stands for the National Missing and Unidentified Person System.
Why don't they just call it that then? Go on.
They said they have reported that more than... Are you sitting down?
You see me sitting. Go on.
Are you sitting down?
Yes, I'm sitting. Come
Brother,
on.
are you sitting
Why
down?
you keep doing this stuff? Just go on and tell me what
They
tell
said
me.
that more than 600,000 persons go missing
2 minutes to count by fingers.
in the United States every year
Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
in all
this
circumstances.
This is just ridiculous, man. And you
Man,
telling
now,
me?
that is a lot. That is a lot.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you telling me they don't even have a database, man? That
There's
is
this guy,
ridiculous. Yeah.
David Paulides.
Uh-huh.
He's the author of Missing 411 books. You know, he does a lot of stuff like this. He's the one who actually, I think, don't quote me, but I believe he's the one who actually started looking into all these missing people and what was going on there, because there's a lot of story. He has a lot of stories about stuff like this. So it's estimated, you know, from him that, you know, there's like over 1,600 unexplained disappearances in North America. You know, you know, we should do a whole show on him.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
This guy has his stuff. Now,
Sounds like he's good.
you know, if search and rescue parties aren't able to locate the missing person, no records are required to be kept by the NPS about the missing person's case or circumstances surrounding the event. When remains of the missing are found again, no records are required to be maintained. Now, that's something I just do not understand. Now, remember, NPS is National Park Service, okay?
I know that's what you said, but man, I'm gonna be honest with you. This sounds like some irresponsible adult drama stuff, man. Ain't they doing their job, man?
I do want to throw in there though. There are several federal systems to capture information relating to law enforcement related incidences, including disappearances. Now, whether these are captured depends on the involvement of the degree of involvement of the county sheriff and whether it's logged. You know, I mean, you know, it has to be logged. It has to be recorded like everything else.
Man, I don't get why they aren't logging stuff. You know, this doesn't make any kind of sense, man. Not logging stuff.
But these tools are only for viewing by law enforcement. You know, so that means it's not for the general public. So we never get to see this anyway. So, I mean, the numbers could be a lot higher than what we think they are, you know, and that I would probably say is unfortunate because, I mean, that's a lot. So, you know, there's a petition demanding that a national publicity accessible registry database be created in which all missing people are accounted for in the national parks and forests and the BLM lands. So the purpose of this would be to make the government accountable for keeping track and reporting everything, people who are missing, and to inform the public of the facts surrounding missing person cases on public lands, as well as keeping an account of all missing individuals and the circumstances under which they went missing. That's a good idea. What say you, Reggie, my
Man,
brother?
I'm just trying to wrap myself around what you just said. People are trying to petition this. So basically, we're trying to petition the government and all these agencies to do their damn job. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous.
Yep. So Reggie, you know, people do like to travel, right? You like to travel. Where do you like to go?
Man, of course I like to travel. I like to travel like down to Florida, some beaches, Caribbean. I like to go to the park, to the zoo. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
a
you
lot
know,
of places.
When you do travel, when do you like to travel?
I like to travel when it's warm out, man. Not in the
I'm
winter
talking
time.
like
What?
spring,
I just told you.
summer, fall, winter. Is there a particular season?
Listen, I like the spring. I like the summer. Winter's just too cold to go anywhere.
Okay. Calm down.
Man, I am
Now,
calm down,
why do you
man.
like to travel?
Because I like to see stuff, man. That's why. I like to see the world. I like to like cultivate myself, you know?
Yeah, there definitely is a lot to see. What exactly have you seen so far?
Man, well, you know, I was lucky enough to go to Florida and see the beaches. Lucky enough to go to Arizona. They had a lot of red sand. Saw Texas. It was
Yep.
really hot there. California, man, it looked like a city in a desert, man. I'm telling you. But went to Mississippi, that was something,
yeah.
man. A lot of poor people down there. I wouldn't have seen it if we didn't
Now,
go.
when you travel, I mean, this is just for the public, you know, for all of our listeners, because I'm sure they want to get an insight into us.
Of course they do, man. Why
Now,
wouldn't they, you know?
Who goes with you?
Man, you go.
Besides
Dad,
me.
Dad, go. Come on, man. I just said, you go, dad goes. It's usually us, basically. If you really want to know, that's
And
it.
what exactly do you take?
I like to take my swimming trunks. I like to take some like snacks and stuff, and basic stuff, man. You know?
So that's the whole thing. People travel for many reasons. They like to see many things. They go with people, and they have a plan. They map out what they do. And my brother Reggie, he's no different than anybody else.
Man, I might be a little bit different, a little bit smarter, man. I like to, when I go on trips, I like to do a lot of extra stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Just fun stuff,
But let me tell you this.
Go on, tell me.
People that go to the parks, I don't know if people go missing when they go to the beach or anything like that.
Man, this is what I'm talking about. Why you gotta throw some scary drama in there like that, man? The beach, man.
But, some people did ask, which U.S. national parks have the greatest numbers of missing people incidences? So I'm going to tell you, the statistics indicate that Lake Mead,
Never heard of it.
Grand Canyon,
I heard of that one.
Yosemite,
Yep.
and Rocky Mountains are the parks that people are most likely to run into trouble. But of course, these are parks with the greatest numbers of visitors or with the most dangerous terrains or waters.
Man, I know,
a
lot of stuff like that, but there's gotta be more to it, man. There's gotta be more to it. I know.
Some people may have some theories, and other people may not have some theories. They may say some of these people just wander off, and they, got lost for whatever reason it was, But, there are some stories, and I'm going to read some. So there's a Smoky Mountain mystery.
Okay, go on.
Goes like this.
Okay.
These 3 unsolved disappearances have haunted the Great Smoky Mountains National Parks for over 4 decades. The first took place on June 4th, 1969, when 6-year-old Dennis Martin was scheming with his brother and 2 other boys in the park's Spence Field while on an annual family camping trip. They were planning to sneak up on their family and startle them. But when the boys ran and jumped on the adults, Dennis knew he was nowhere to be found.
Oh my goodness, man. That is, oh my goodness, that's scary, man. See, that's missing people. I know you got more. Go on, tell me another one. I gotta hear another one.
Another one. On October 8th, 1976, while on a horticulture field trip with 40 of her classmates, 16-year-old Trini Lynn Gibson was hiking along Andrews Bald. No one can recall seeing her after 3 p.m. Searches continued for months, but no trace of Gibson was found.
Oh, man. These sound like people just up and disappearing, like maybe they're wandering off, but dude, man, that's scary, man. And can you think about what the parents go through and stuff like this? This is terrible, man. This is terrible. Tell me another one. Tell me another story. Go on, hurry up.
58-year-old Thelma Pauline Melton was hiking near Deep Creek Campgrounds, a trail she'd been on many times before. And on September 25th, 1981, she was with friends when she walked ahead of them and vanished over a hill. But they couldn't find her on the other side, nor could they find her at the campground where she was staying.
Oh, man. That's scary. Man, but, I'm just wondering, we've been doing a lot of research, and these sound like your atypical stories, which mean, they're just your basic stories. You know what I'm saying?
Those are scary stories. People just disappear. It's like they vanish in thin air.
Because there's something behind
Reggie,
it.
what do you think happened to these people?
You know what I think, man. I'm a conspiracy theory, man. I'm thinking like, I don't know, you think maybe like there's UFOs and aliens going on?
Reggie, come on.
Come on, what,
now,
man?
Reggie, that's sort of way out there. Do you truly believe that UFOs could be involved in some of these disappearances?
Of course I do. You know this because they're out there, man. Man, social media don't lie. They got
Reggie,
pictures,
come on now.
What now?
Have you seen a UFO?
You know I have. We both have. We even did a podcast on it. Don't you remember?
Okay. I'll give you that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and I did see a UFO, and I think we did a podcast on this.
Man, that's what I just said.
But we're talking about people. I think, if I'm clear, you are talking about someone who was abducted by a UFO, by an alien, and probably taken somewhere where?
Outer space, man. Another planet. Probably a parallel world. What are you, stupid, man? Don't you listen to what I'm saying anytime,
Okay.
huh?
Okay. You know what? I'm not going to argue with
I
you.
swear
Reggie,
on
Reggie, calm
rainbows
down.
and
I'm not gonna
raindrops.
argue with you.
You like to argue,
Okay?
man. You just
I'm
like
just
to
saying.
bicker with me.
I'm just giving you the stories.
Go on and tell the story. Go on.
Okay. Here's another
You
one.
sound stupid now. Go on.
In 1991, a Boy Scout went on his first overnight camping trip with his church in the San Bernardino National Forest. 12-year-old Jared Negrete described in articles at the time as a shy and pudgy kid. He was with 5 other scouts and their troop leaders when they left camp to hike up 11,500-foot Mount San Giorgino, the highest peak in Southern California. Jared fell behind the group. Differing reports have him either wandering off the trail, falling behind after stopping to tie his shoe, or being told to hang back for the troop to collect him on the way back down from the summit. Whatever the case, he was never seen again. Rescue teams as far as west as Malibu searched around the clock, eventually turning up Jared's backpack, some candy wrappers, beef jerky, and a camera. 12 photographs were developed, mostly landscapes, but the last one was of Jared's eyes and nose, taken after he went missing. The camera was discovered in the same area as the other items, but after a 16-day search that included 5 helicopters, rangers on horseback, and infrared cameras, Jared Negrete was never found and never found again.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, he's probably abducted by aliens, man. You think I'm kidding? I'm not.
There's some stories out there, you know. I mean, some of these stories are incredible, you know. I want to tell you a story that I heard. You know, there was a story where a family was in one of these big national forests, and they're with their grandparents and the parents and the kids, and the grandkids were out there. So I guess the grandfather, he was eating something on a rock, and everybody was at the picnic table, and it was a huge open field. So somebody gave the grandparent a plate of food, and he was eating it, and somebody a few minutes later came back to check on him, and he was disappeared. He disappeared. Nobody knew where he went. This is a big open area. They looked everywhere. And they looked for days and weeks and still couldn't find him again. Nobody knows what happened. One minute he was there, the next minute he wasn't.
I'm telling you, it's like a portal opened up and just swallowed
What
them.
say you, Reggie?
I told you, man, a portal, or somebody grabbed them, or maybe Bigfoot, or maybe some aliens. But I'm telling you, it's stuff out
Reggie,
there.
what is it?
You know
Reggie, is everything with you
what?
deal with like
What?
aliens and UFOs?
Man, because it's true. It's out there. You think I'm kidding, man. But I seen one. You saw one, too. So
Okay.
why you be knocking me, man? This is
There's another story.
ridiculous. Go on. Go with your story.
There's a group of kids. They were hiking up and down a mountain. They were in a line. They could see each other. They weren't like far ahead of each other, maybe 10-foot spaces between each of them. So when they went around a corner, I guess, one of the persons disappeared, and they didn't know where they went. One was in front, one was behind, and they said they had no idea. It's like they just vanished in thin air. What do you think about that, Reggie? Do you think that was aliens too?
Man, it could have been aliens. Maybe like a portal. I'm telling you, a portal probably opened up and somebody jumped out of it and pulled them inside.
A portal,
you know?
Portal, Reggie.
Yes, a portal.
A portal. What exactly is a portal?
A portal is like a hole that opens up in the middle of space, right in front of your face, and on the other side is like a parallel world from a tri-dimensional
Come
world
on,
or
man,
something.
come on,
You know?
Reggie, are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
How do these portals even happen?
Man, it's
When do you
technology.
think they started?
Man, this stuff started like millions of years ago, man. But you know, since we got that CERN Collider thinks a lot of stuff's been happening.
You know, Reggie, I heard you talk about the CERN Collider before. We're gonna have to do a show. Maybe we'll do that on our next show, because I don't think people understand what the CERN Collider is. But yeah, okay. So you got your now you're saying so you got. Let me get this straight. You got aliens, and you got portals opening up all over the world now, right?
All over the world in the multiverse, man. Of course, man. What you think, man? You gotta keep up with stuff.
I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to keep up with you. I'm just trying to keep up, man. Don't be hating on me, okay? Don't be hating on me.
Man, you hating on
All
me.
right.
It
Okay.
ain't funny.
Anyways,
Go on.
so
Make me sick.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of stuff, and In fact, there was a story of last one. Tell this last story, okay, Reggie? There was a little girl. She was with her family. I think she was probably about 3 or 4. And, they were in the national parks, and they were all playing ball. I guess the father threw the ball, tossed it at the girl threw it at the mom, and when they looked back at the girl, she vanished. She wasn't there. Gone. Now, this is within seconds. Nobody could see anything. Nobody knew what happened. They did a big search for it. And, like always, I don't know if anybody knows this, but whenever there's an incident in the National Forest, they always call the military. And they say people in black uniforms, and there's black helicopters that come down and investigate and quarantine off the whole area. Apparently, a story leaked out where the military came and they quarantined off the area, and they chased a Bigfoot. And they asked anybody if they saw anything. Somebody said they saw a small girl on the shoulders of a Bigfoot as the Bigfoot was running through the forest. So I guess miles and miles and miles away, they found a little girl on a cliff hanging over a mountain. They don't know how she got there. She had a few scratches on her, but they asked her, "How did you get here?" After they rescued her, what happened? And she said, "The big hairy man brought me here."
Dude, man, that is the Bigfoot, man. That's like, the part like aliens or something, or some primate that ain't been
Reggie,
discovered,
I'm not confirming or denying any of the things you're saying, but I am
serious.
saying there's a lot of creepy things out there.
There's a whole lot.
And, there's a lot of things in the world that we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, like Bigfoot.
I don't think anybody really has any defined answers.
I do.
But that being said, it brings us to what, Reggie?
To your final words of wisdom, my brother. This gonna be good. I'm interested to hear what you got to say. So, my brother, take it away now.
Going on vacation with the family is something that is special. Kids as well as adults look forward to this great American pastime. It is a time when we can kick back, relax, and have some fun. Some people go on cruises. Some people go on the beaches. But then there are the ones who like to take an adventure, who go to state parks. We've always thought that these parks were safe, but there are dangers there. People have gone missing, never to be seen again. No one knows why or how or where any of these kids go. And no one knows why the government doesn't report things like this. It is unfortunate. It is unbelievable. But the bottom line is, we are ignorant to the realities of what it's like in a national forest. Is the government trying to hide something from us? Is there something there in these state forests that has been there since the dawn of time and man? A secret that would, if found, destroy our false security that we have when it comes to being protected. Is this what they're afraid of? We might find out this secret. I don't know why or how these people are disappearing, but I will say this. If you do go into a state forest with your family or friends, you should be careful. You should think twice. You should always look around. Apparently, it can be a dangerous place, and many have gone missing. As far as me, I think for now I'll just stay in the comfort of my home. What about you? What about you?
Oh, man, that was informative as well as scary, my brother. I always like hearing your words of wisdom, man. You always got something very, very enlightening to say. Now, that's going to bring us to the end of our podcast and our show. I'm going to hand the baton off to you again.
Thank you, Reggie. Okay, as always, I want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast. This was a very fun one to do, and we had no idea there were so many missing people.
I know I didn't before this thing.
The United States.
And I know in the whole United
who
States.
have gone missing in the state forest. That's pretty incredible.
Too incredible.
But
a shame.
Until next time, you can see us here anytime all over the world on the internet, on your computers, in the podcast. You can download over almost 50 podcasts. I mean, we've hit a benchmark, you know.
Yeah,
and when we have our 50th
everybody.
podcast, we're gonna celebrate with everybody here who supported us.
That sounds awesome.
We want to thank you for supporting us.
Thank you all.
For making us one of the most internationally listened to podcast in the world.
In the whole multiverse.
So, until next time, be kind and affectionate to one another. Remember whose you are.
Yo, man. People disappearing in state force. Let's just hope podcasts don't go disappearing in the podcast world. Oh, yeah. I want this podcast to be around forever. Well, all right.